We all have that one friend. She eats like there's no tomorrow. Burgers, fries, dessert, another dessert, and somehow still looks like a literal Pinterest reference. Meanwhile, me, I'm eating salads, working out, doing the most, and my stomach is like cute. Anyway, I tried everything, detox juices, tasted like lawn clippings, random diets, ruined my mood and my life, soul-crushing workouts. For what? For pain? If you've ever looked at someone and thought, how are you not gaining? Is this black magic? Stay, because I figured out why they stay fit. And it's not fast metabolism the way people think. It's not starving or eating less, and it's definitely not spending 2 hours in the gym like you're training for the Olympics. And before your brain goes, oh, here we go, I'm not about to tell you to work harder. There's a science-based rule that changes how your body burns energy without you doing the most. And listen, you do not want to skip the last part, because if you miss it, you'll do everything else and still be like, why is nothing working? So watch till the end. Quick but important thing, bestie. This video is not about chasing a perfect or skinny body. I'm not here to tell you to shrink yourself, starve yourself, or look like anyone else. Fit does not mean skinny. Healthy does not look the same on everyone. This is for people who want to feel better in their body, less bloated, more energized, more comfortable, without extreme diets or punishing workouts. And if you struggle with food, body image, or your relationship with eating, please know you're not alone, and talking to a professional is always okay. Alright, now that that's clear, let's talk about how those girls stay fit without doing the most. Because every time you ask them, they hit you with, I just have a fast metabolism. And you're standing there like, okay, and? Is that transferable or is this a genetic flex? But plot twist, they're actually not lying. They do have a faster metabolism. The part everyone gets wrong is why. Because here's the real question. No one explains. How do you actually get one? And no, it does not start with killing yourself at the gym. That's where most people are already messing up, like bestie. Wrong priority. Before I tell you what actually matters, you need to understand how your body burns calories. Because once this clicks, everything else in this video suddenly makes sense. Your body burns calories in 3 main ways. And I'm gonna tell you the one everyone obsesses over last because it's literally the most important. First, physical activity. Walking, stairs, workouts, dancing in your room at 2 a.m. Anything where you're intentionally moving, this is the only thing the internet talks about. And plot twist, it's actually the smallest piece of the puzzle.
Huh?
Second way your body burns calories. Resting movements. This one is sneaky. Like, embarrassingly sneaky. Fidgeting, bouncing your leg, walking to the kitchen and forgetting why you went there. All of those tiny movements, they burn calories. So yes, even your nervous habits are finally contributing to society.
Bombastic side-eye. Criminal offensive side-eye.
Now third, and this one, is the real star of the show, your metabolism. This is how many calories your body burns just to stay alive. Now listen very carefully, because this is where everything clicks. About 70% of the calories you burn every single day come from your metabolism and these tiny resting movements. Only about 30% come from exercise. So if you've been killing yourself in the gym thinking, this is the only way, let's make this clear. Say you eat a cookie, roughly 200 calories. To burn that only with exercise, you'd need like 30 minutes on a treadmill. But your body, it would burn those same calories anyway, just by sitting, existing, or sleeping.
You're joking.
Now before anyone gets excited and thinks, so I can eat whatever and rot in bed? Bestie, absolutely not. Your body burns a certain amount of calories per day. Eat more than that weight gain. Eat less than that weight loss. That part is just math, but this is the part nobody teaches. The secret to staying fit without living in the gym is not eating less. It's raising how many calories your body naturally burns while resting. And that's exactly what we're about to do next. Before I reveal that comment, I'm in right now. No, seriously, type it. There's actual psychology behind this. When your brain sees you take a tiny action, it's way more likely to stick to the rest of the steps. So comment it and let's go. Okay, bestie, first secret, and I already know what you're thinking. Water. Wait, because there's a twist. The rule is drink 1 glass of water 30 minutes before every meal. Now listen, half the time when you think you're hungry, you're actually just thirsty. Your brain cannot tell the difference. It just screams, food, now. So you eat, and then you're like, why do I feel heavy? Even when you are hungry, water does something important first. It wakes your metabolism up so you don't eat like you've been stranded on an island for 3 days. Now this is where it gets interesting. When you're dehydrated, your body panics. It goes into survival mode and starts hoarding water and toxins, which is why your stomach looks bloated and your skin looks irritated even when you feel like you're doing everything right. But when you drink enough water consistently, your body relaxes. Like, oh, water is coming. We're safe. And when your body feels safe, it finally lets go of the extra water it's been holding on to. And suddenly, suddenly you look more put together without changing anything else? Bonus effect. Water kills cravings. And I mean kills. A lot of sugar cravings are literally dehydration. Hydrate properly and suddenly you're not hunting snacks every 10 minutes like a raccoon. So pause this video, get up, grab a water bottle. I don't care how small it is. Fill it. Take one sip. Now make yourself one promise. No matter how chaotic my day is, I will drink at least 1 liter of water. Even if you eat like chaos that day, you still kept a promise to yourself. And when your brain sees that, it starts trusting you. And once your brain trusts you, every habit after this becomes easier. Okay, next rule, and this one exposes everyone. Slow down when you eat. Because if you eat like you're racing the clock, your body literally does not have enough time to say, hey, we're full. Hey, we can stop now. So you keep eating, and then 10 minutes later, you're like, why am I bloated? Why do I regret every decision I've ever made? Here's the part no one tells you. Your body does not send the I'm full signal instantly. It takes time. So if you eat fast, your brain is always late to the meeting. But when you slow down, chew properly, and actually taste your food, your body finally catches up. And that's where the 80% rule comes in. There's a Japanese principle called harahachi bu, which literally means eat until you're 80% full. Your stomach needs space for air, water, and digestion. When you eat until you're completely full, you leave zero room for digestion to work properly. So everything slows down and bloating shows up uninvited. And bestie, please listen to this part. Do not chug water immediately after eating. You don't need to drown your stomach right after a meal. It messes with digestion and causes bloating and gas. If you're thirsty, a few sips is fine. Just don't turn your stomach into a swimming pool. Okay, this one is so important and somehow nobody talks about it enough. Like, ever. Do not eat and then immediately lie down. Bestie, be honest with me for 1 second. You eat dinner and then you're like, okay, bedtime. Yeah, that going straight to bed after eating is one of the fastest ways to mess with your digestion. Because when you lie down right after a meal, your body is trying to do 2 opposite things at once. Digest food and power down and sleep. So digestion slows way down. What usually happens? You feel heavy and you wake up bloated. And you're like, why do I feel like this? I ate normal. So try this instead. Have your last proper meal about 3 to 4 hours before bed. If you sleep at 11, eat around 7 to 8 p.m. And here's the part that makes this even better. This accidentally creates a natural fast between meals. If you eat at 8 p.m. and then eat again at 8 a.m., that's a 12-hour window where your body isn't constantly digesting. And that's huge because during that time, your body actually gets space to reset digestion, regulate hormones, and support metabolism. But listen, if you're genuinely hungry before bed, have something light and calm, fruit yogurt, something small. The goal is support, not punishment. Okay, next tip, and this one is criminally underrated. Like, why does nobody talk about this? After you eat, do not just sit there. I know the couch looks warm. Your bed is calling your name. But listen, wait about 10 minutes after eating. Then do a light walk. Just a 10-minute walk around your house, back and forth in your room. And this does something really important. It gets the food moving through your system. Instead of just sitting there like, when you move lightly after eating, your digestion works better and blood sugar stays more stable. Now here's the part that sneaks up on you. If you eat 3 meals a day and walk 10 minutes after each one, that's 30 minutes of movement a day. And it doesn't stop there. Tiny movements matter way more than people think. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Walk if it's close instead of driving. And yes, even fidgeting counts. People who naturally move more without trying burn more calories at rest. So if you bounce your leg, play with your rings, exist nervously, congratulations, your anxiety is finally pulling its weight. And I already know what's happening right now. Everyone watching this just started wiggling in their chair. Next, sleep. And before you skip this thinking, yeah, I know, pause. Because this one quietly ruins everything. If you're not sleeping properly, everything you're doing, low-key, pointless. Here's why. When you don't get enough sleep, your body produces cortisol, aka the stress hormone, and cortisol's favorite hobby, holding onto fat like it's oxygen. Your body literally goes into, we are under attack. Save everything. So even if you're drinking water, eating better, and walking more, bad sleep will quietly undo it all. And this is the part nobody wants to hear. Sleep is not rest time. Sleep is repair time. Your hormones rebalance and your metabolism resets. So yes, aim for around 8 hours a night. And yes, I'm talking to you, scrolling at 2 a.m., telling yourself just one more video. Put the phone down. The TikTok will still be there tomorrow. Your metabolism does not need another episode. And here's the wildest part. You actually burn calories while sleeping. Sleep is literally free progress. Okay, wait, stop everything for 2 seconds because this one is tiny but kind of insane. I have a 1-minute thing for you that actually makes a visible difference over time. And no, it's not a workout. And no, you don't need equipment. It's called stomach vacuums. Here's how it works. In the morning, right after you wake up, slightly bend forward, breathe in through your nose, gently pull your stomach in, hold for about 30 seconds. Release. That's 1. Do it 3 times. That's it. What this does is wake up your deep core muscles, the ones that support your posture and hold everything together. Over time, this helps helps your stomach feel more supported, your posture look better, and your core feels stronger without punishment or exhaustion. Important note, this is not about forcing your body to look a certain way. It's not instant or extreme, and it's definitely not a replacement for eating or living. It's about strength, awareness, and control, not shrinking. If you do this consistently, you'll notice a difference in how your body feels first, and then how it looks. Okay, bestie, now we need to talk about habits. And listen, this is the part people usually skip because it feels too normal. Let's talk about the 3 a.m. raccoon behavior. You know the one. Getting up half asleep, lights off, opening the fridge like you're on a stealth mission. Yes, I'll just have a little something. Then suddenly you're holding snacks you don't even remember choosing. Yes, I saw you, and yes, I've been you. Here's the thing. No one explains properly. Late night snacking and random all-day grazing means your digestion never gets a break. Your body is literally like, hello, I'm still processing the last thing. Can I finish one task before you add another? And that's when bloating, sluggishness, and feeling off start showing up. Now, pause, because I am not saying never snack again. Snack smarter. If you want something sweet, swap chocolate for strawberries or dates, or have the chocolate, just a small piece. The goal is not no snacks. The goal is intentional snacks instead of automatic ones, because when your digestion actually gets time to chill, your metabolism works better without you forcing anything. Okay, pause, because this last part is not another habit. This is the part that explains why some people do everything right and still feel stuck, while others barely try, and their body just cooperates. Here's the thing. No one says out loud, your body is not stupid. It's actually very smart. It knows when it's hungry or full. It knows when something feels off. The problem is most of us were trained to ignore it. So now, instead of listening, we override. We eat because it's time. We stop eating because we should. We crave something and immediately panic. So let's clear this up. Listening to your body does not mean eating everything in sight or losing control. Relax. Listening to your body actually looks like this. You're hungry, you eat. You want something sweet, you have some. Slowly, you start feeling satisfied, you stop. Not because you're forcing yourself, but because you're done. And here's the part most people miss. Restriction is what causes binges. The second you tell your brain, I can't have this, it turns into forbidden fruit, and later, you don't enjoy it, you rush it. So try this instead. If I want it, I can have some. I don't need to panic. And this is where everything clicks. When your body feels safe, it stops holding on, just in case. And suddenly the bloating calms down, the cravings quiet down, your energy evens out. Not because you controlled harder, but because you stopped fighting yourself. So please hear this. Never starve yourself. Never trap yourself in extreme rules. Yeah, strict diets might work fast, but they almost always come with stress, guilt, and the weight coming back anyway. You do not need to shrink yourself to be worthy. And unless you have a medical condition that needs treatment, you don't need to lose weight. These habits aren't about control. They're about being more comfortable in your own skin. So do this out of love, not punishment.